cracking open a cold one.
I am.
Everybody's phone's on silent.
No.
Have
Okay,
it.
turn off your phone.
Blast.
Yes.
Logan's got his light switch.
I don't have my light switch.
I
Yes, I
want
do.
that light switch.
I have it. It's right here.
Nintendo light switch.
This one has Pokemon.
We're gonna talk about some Pokemon.
We are?
You've got it in your topics.
I do?
Pokemon Pass and how I totally got one
What?
over on those freaks who made Pokemon. Everyone have your podcast topics up.
Oh, I forgot about that.
What
I
is
posted that back in
Pokemon?
October.
How do Pokemon?
That was pre-Extra Life.
Welcome to the Carpe Boredom podcast. This is episode number 9, and this month I am joined. This is Shelby, and this month I am joined by Brandon,
Hello.
Clayton,
Ayo.
and Logan,
Hi-yo.
and probably the occasional Oreo as he pops into my lap and decides to get in the camera.
Meow.
Because you know. So, how's everybody been?
Happy
Oh.
Thanksgiving.
Is it?
Thanksgiving is past at this point. Merry Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas. I
Chris
think we
Mahana
got
Chris-
Kwanzaa.
that.
Happy
Miss
Thanos.
Chris
happy,
Mahana Kwanzaa.
happy Thanos giving.
Thanos giving.
Thanos giving.
Did-
We're
Only to
thankful
the-
for the half of the things that we have left.
There you go.
The galactic divorce that took all half of our stuff.
So I watched
Galactus
majority of
divorce.
those movies. I went to Disney
Oh, that's
Plus.
right. You've been going through all the movies.
I skipped Ant-Man and Ant-Man and Wasp, and I skipped Guardians
Oh, you
2.
messed up. You messed up.
Why did I
messed
mess up?
Because those are good movies.
Okay. I plan on going back and watching them, but it was not essential to me understanding what happened and kind of just reviewing everything again. I really just wanted to get to Endgame, and I was like, I'm really anxious just to watch fucking Endgame. So I skipped some movies along the way, but I watched all of them.
So you should have skipped Thor 2 instead of Ant-Man.
I had never seen Thor: Dark World though. That was the first
Although
time I'd ever
technically
seen
you
it.
do need to
You
see
were-
it because
you were
it
a lucky
explains the
one.
ether.
I don't think I've seen that movie yet. There's a
Don't.
lot of the MCU that I've
Although
missed.
you technically do need to see it because it explains the ether. So
Oh, okay.
while you're right, Ant-Man is not important for the overall story.
What do you mean?
It's one of the
Well,
best. It's one of the better ones, though. It's like
got
one of
Paul
my favorite
Rudd.
ones.
I mean,
the
Ant-Man.
Wasp is quite important.
It does. It is because it talks about how he is stuck and whatchamacallit.
Yeah, but I meant specifically Ant-Man, the first one.
See, I don't think I've ever seen Ant-Man,
Yeah,
but I
that
did
one's
see
not
Ant-Man and the
necessary.
Wasp.
But it's
Ant
good.
Mandalorian.
Everyone is
Ant
talking about
Mandalorian.
it. Has anyone watched Mandalorian?
No,
Nope, don't have
I
Disney
never
Plus.
want to watch it. All I want to know is about Baby Not Yoda.
Everybody's talking about that Baby Yoda. Everybody
I
losing
don't
their shit.
understand. I have to. I can't wait till I get Disney Plus because I'm probably going to get it in January. I don't understand because like Yoda in the current time before he died, that is spoilers.
Oh man,
Wait, Yoda died?
Blew
He's
that
like
one open.
spoiled it.
Yeah, in the original trilogy.
Dude,
Oh, it's
I need to
good.
go
The
through
one
Star
that came out
Wars.
40 years ago.
Yeah, you're right.
I need to go back through all Star
Too
I
Wars.
was
soon.
just about to watch those.
He's like 900 years old. But I thought the Mandalorian was about Boba Fett, and they also said that Baby Yoda is 50 years old,
What?
which that's no baby.
Jeez, that's
In its
That's
life
quite a
cycle
jump.
as a baby.
850 years.
But Boba
They
Fett
were very
is
long
like
gestation.
Boba Fett was a young child when
dog years.
Anakin Skywalker was an adult. So that the timelines don't add up.
Right.
So I don't understand what's happening.
But it's not Yoda.
It's not Yoda?
No, it's
Oh.
that was the whole thing. Everyone's like, it's not Yoda, but we're all gonna keep calling it Baby Yoda because it's
It is-
Yoda's
it is-
race.
The same species as Yoda, but that is not
Okay,
the same
okay.
being.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get it. I
Okay.
thought it was Yoda.
I did too.
I thought it was a 50-year-old Yoda, and I'm just
Right.
like, but that doesn't work.
That's what I would have assumed. Because when you use the word Yoda, that there's only one Yoda,
Exactly.
unless there's not.
Apparently there's not. Can confirm. More than one Yoda, apparently.
Okay, that does actually clear it up.
Lenovo
Thank you.
X1 Yoda.
Thank you for freeing me of my confusion, Brandon.
So, using the Disney Plus app, first off, I think I probably screwed myself because I have Hulu and I wanted to do the Hulu combo, but apparently I needed to
this
use
whole
the
thing.
same
Jesus.
email. But whatever, I'm going to figure that shit out. But here's the thing I hate about the system. like the setup. Is it called the UI? Is that what the right word is?
Of
The
what
user
of
interface.
Yeah, the user
Of-
interface of Disney Plus.
Disney Plus? Yeah, that's the UI.
If I fucking pause something, I can't walk into the other room and resume it on that other
What?
TV.
Oh, you're talking about UX. That's the user experience.
Okay, the user experience. It sucks. Are you fucking with me? Stop fucking with me.
No, UI.
That's
and
not
UX.
a term I've ever heard of,
U-
Shelby. So he might be.
UX
No,
is a
UX is a thing.
Yeah, it's the user experience. It's not just how the system looks, but how it works for the user.
I mean, it took YouTube over 10 years to get that feature. So
Well, it's just stupid because Netflix does it and Hulu does it. It's not a problem. I've paused, like, and I thought, oh, it's because I
Netflix
just turned
and
the
Hulu
TV
have been out
off.
for more than
yeah,
a couple
But they
weeks.
should,
Steam,
but they should know how to
Steam-
set it up from the beginning. Like, this is not new revolutionary tech to know. We should be able to pause and then walk into the room and play. Like, no, I have to be like, okay, I'm at an hour and 14 minutes. Okay, so pause. Okay, let's go in the other room.
Are we talking about new cloud services like Google Stadia?
Yeah, but
Yes.
Steam allows you to reintegrate
good.
previous installments of games, whereas the Epic Game Store makes you re-download it all over again, even if it's already in there. So not everybody learns from their competitors.
Right.
True. It just sucks. And there's not a lot. So, like, Netflix is like, here, look at all this cool shit. And there's so much exploding. Like, it could just slide through and look at different stuff. Like, there's not as much, which is not that big of a deal. And I'm sure that they'll expand as they go. But that's my biggest complaint right now with Disney Plus is just I want to be able to pause shit, have my watch list on the home screen. I don't want to have to click a button and then go to that list and then say, yes, go take me to my watch list. I want my watch list on the fucking home page.
I agree with that.
It just makes life so much easier. And then I want to resume playing like they do on Netflix.
Kind of makes me glad I'm waiting till January to get Disney Plus, so all those little kinks are worked out.
Yeah, that's kind of the joke I was going to make about Google Stadia is that like they launched in 2019 when realistically I think that service is really going to come into its own in 2020 once they've got all the kind of messiness worked out and got everything in place.
They're just trying to be the first one. That's
Right.
the problem.
They're racing
think
Microsoft
Amazon.
xCloud.
I think Amazon's also doing something now.
Yeah, they're going to be the big three. It's not going to be. Well, I mean, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo are already in their own kind of race, but I think it's going to be Microsoft, Google, and Amazon racing for web services, which it kind of already is because Google has most of the namesake, but Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure run most of the internet itself.
Why is this considered its own thing separate of okay? Whenever I think of the Google Stadia, I think of it quite in line with Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo Switches. The only big difference to me is that one is cloud-based and the others are not. So I guess I'm looking at this from the wrong perspective. You're kind of classifying those as a different genre of
I would
gaming
consider
systems?
that as an accurate description.
Like it's a Venn diagram in which yes, the end product is you playing games on a screen. It's how you arrive at that. That's the different process.
Mhm.
Because with Stadia, you first off you have to have a pretty impressive network connection.
Just post that picture of SpongeBob standing up out of his chair. It says, "All right, I'm gonna head out." Over my screen right now.
Yeah. You have to buy the kit, which is the Stadia Chromecast and the controller,
Which is wired.
right?
Oh my god, I didn't
What?
realize that.
It wasn't supposed to be, but it is.
Right. And that's why I say like these things will be kind of figured out in time.
Brandon's ears were like, "Wait, what? Wired? I'm interested."
You don't.
It
You
just
don't
makes no
ever want
sense
to be
to
an
me.
early adopter on those kinds of things, which is a problem because if you don't be an early adopter,
Then-
they don't get the money to make it
Exactly.
better.
I mean,
That
as
was the
long
same
So
as,
with-
it's like
That's
as
the
long
same
as
with
you
VR.
kind of keep an idea of what it is you're going with, like as long as you kind of keep your perspective of like, all right, this is a brand new technology, even if it is one of the biggest names on the planet, they're trying to serve I don't know how many millions of people on a single day for something that's never been done before or never been done well and on this scale. But like, yes, it technically does what it says it does, but I think people get lost in the details of how you get there because it's not Netflix. You don't just buy this thing and play games. You have to buy the games as well. So like, if you want to play Red Dead 2, you're buying Red Dead 2.
It's
a prime example of that kind of thing is people who bought the original Vives, like the three of us did.
Yep.
and they didn't age poorly. I don't think they have newer versions of them, but you can still use those original Vive setups to play pretty much anything.
As far as I know, I think we are all on original Vives.
We are.
I'm supremely happy with mine. I have no.
I think you, Clayton, specifically are on like the Vive version 2, but it's still like the original Vive.
Right. I think my wands are maybe a later revision, and my
but
visor
it's still considered like original.
right.
Vive.
It's still
OG.
the first phase of the hardware. It's not the Pro or the 2 or anything like that.
Speaking of VR stuff,
All right.
I was looking at I was talking to Brandon about this on the plane
Okay.
to Texas.
Wait, you got plane stories? Oh
Wait,
shoot.
hold on.
No, this is plane story adjacent.
Okay.
It's more VR related.
Okay.
But I was talking to Brandon and I was like, I don't really want to drop another $1,000 on a new VR setup. And then he told me that I could just buy the Valve Index controllers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you go and look at the Steam store right now, and you buy just the whole kit is $999.
Yeah.
But if you buy just the Index controllers, you also get a free copy of Half-Life Alyx
Oh really?
with the purchase of it, but you have to buy it before the end of 2019. And I'm sitting here going, well, I'm going to buy Half-Life Alyx. I'm already sold on that, and I already kind of want to get the Index controllers. So, do I want to drop $279 plus tax on this?
See,
And I'm kind of leaning towards yes.
that's the thing. You keep saying that you want the controllers. I could not be less interested in the controllers. I just want a new visor because, like,
Maybe I should just go halfsies on a kit.
Well, Clayton, I have some good news for you. You can buy the visor and still get a free copy of
Alyx.
you can buy just the visor. Just the visor for $500.
Uh-huh.
It's out of stock currently,
yeah.
it says. But if you buy just the visor, you still get a copy of Half-Life Alyx.
Wow. I can't believe you're selling me on this.
Logan,
like,
I hate
I
you
want
for
that
selling
game's-
him on this.
Most
I want that game so bad.
most of the things I'm gonna buy. I mean, most of the things I'm going to play are simulators, which I already have controllers for. Like, I don't play a lot of room scale stuff. I play simulators. So I have a wheel.
Oh, yeah. So if you're doing like a car driving game, you just need the headset.
Exactly.
You don't need the Index controllers.
Right.
But what if you want to touch buttons on the radio? You
Uh,
do the Index controllers on top of the steering.
yeah, I'm wearing,
I mean,
I'm wearing the
technically-
knuckles gripping the steering wheel.
I mean,
That'd be great.
it'd be a really
sorry,
weird
Shelby.
grip on it.
Uh-huh. Just clattering around against the stick shift.
Shelby wakes up in the middle of the night. She just hears clattering around, but instead of what her usual first instinct is, which is I'm being robbed, her instinct changed to, oh, Clayton's playing driving games again.
Playing them racing games.
Let's talk about Shelby getting robbed in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Son of a bitch, if Clayton and I are not sitting on the couch watching one of the Marvel movies, I don't even know which one we were on. I think in
Right.
It wasn't Ant-Man.
was it
Or Ant-Man and the Wasp.
and it's a weekend, so it had been maybe a Sunday or Saturday, and it's dark outside, and so we're just
Sunday cruising?
we're just kind of chilling, and all of a sudden we hear thump thump and then glass shatter,
Uh-huh.
and
At your
at my
house?
house
On our house.
in my yard, and so I'm like fuck, and Clayton's like me shut the TV off, and I'm like okay, pause the TV. He's like go get the gun, and I'm like okay, so I run in the
Right.
other room, I grab the gun, I grab my knife that I use to open boxes, and I'm shoving that in my and I'm like I have no pants on. Son of a bitch, I'm not getting robbed while I have no pants on. So then I'm running and I'm throwing jeans on, putting a knife in the back pocket, come back, I hand the gun to Clayton, and he's checking outside and he's looking through the windows, and I'm locking all the cats up. If someone comes in this house, my cats are not getting outside. These are the things I'm thinking of. And then we open up the back door, we go out, and I've got I'm gonna be super scary with my unpacking box knife, and I'm just
Right.
I'm gonna get you, motherfucker. If you come at me, I'm gonna get you. It's not happening again. And some asshole, I don't know who, because there's just too many houses that apparently are within a radius of threw
Right.
a beer bottle, hit the roof, and then shattered on our concrete patio outside. And it was dead silent outside.
Yeah, there's nobody in their backyard. There was no distant parties. There was no
Well,
chattering.
that means they heard
Did you
it
call
too.
the cops?
No, we did not call the cops.
What'd you say,
I would have
Brandon?
called the cops and reported a vandalism.
Well,
So
I
that
was
means they heard it too, and they fucking ran.
Everybody was like, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Maybe they threw it out of a car.
Well,
That's
but
what I
it
was
was in the back
wondering.
of the house, and I don't know if it would have missed. You would have had to get from a road across the whole front yard, the roof, and it knocked on the back of the roof. You'd have to get all the way to the back side of it and then go on the concrete.
Oh, I was thinking it shattered
It's-
on your like driveway.
No, it's in the back.
Huh.
It was in the backyard. And then once I realized what it was, I was like, oh, hell no. And then I'm just a pissed off bitch mode. And I'm like going in the house, I'm grabbing the car keys, and Clayton's like, where the fuck do you think you're going? And I'm like, I'm going back to those houses on the other side of our fucking yard. And I'm going to knock on their damn doors and tell them what shitty ass kids they got throwing fucking beer bottles in my yard. He's like, no, you're not. It is late. It is dark. And we live in Texas.
Yeah, you're gonna get shot.
Right.
Get
With
shot.
no pants on.
I had jeans on at this point. I had put real pants on.
Her dick's
On that
out.
topic, if somebody's gonna rob my house while I'm home, I'm the opposite of Shelby. If they're gonna try to rob me, they're gonna have
He's
to
taking
deal
his
with me with my
pants
dick
off.
out. That's just it.
I was
It's taking
I was
pants.
watching the Extra Life highlights, and there's that section where we're playing Man of Medan. We're all like riffing on having her dick out. Oh my god, that was so fun.
They have to deal with me with my dick out. In
Right.
fact, if it's not out, I'm taking it out.
It's
So,
quite literally a package deal.
like you came in my house and my dick's out here. So
Hey,
They walk in, they'd see your dick, and they'd be like, we're sorry. We're so sorry, sir. We're sorry, sir. Just shut
they
the
walk
door.
in and they're like, "Damn, son," and I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And like, "Oh," and they leave.
Oh, God.
uh,
Anything else interesting happen in anyone else's lives, personal lives?
I drove to Austin a couple weeks ago. I didn't fly, so I don't have any plane stories this week,
Oh,
or this
sadness.
month. So, yeah. Shelby's taking a flight, so she might have some flight stories. No, wait, you're
That's-
driving, aren't you?
No, I'm flying. I
That's right, you're flying.
But that wouldn't be till the next podcast.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, I fly like this week. There's a
Oh, yeah.
there's a 50-50 chance I'm flying because guys,
Oh,
guess
yeah,
what?
that's true.
I still
We're
don't
hoping
have
the
a driver's
post office
license.
comes through. Yeah.
Is the other 50% chance you're not going?
Yeah, because I don't have a driver's license.
Yeah.
Because I applied
What happened to
for
your
a
old
Texas
driver's license? Did they take
took
it away from you?
The assholes took it, gave me a paper
literally
temporary
surrender it.
fucking license, and now I don't know if it's started yet. I have to look at it, but I thought it had started that you had to have the goddamn star on your license to go fucking flying. I can't get on a fucking flight if I don't get a license in the next 3 days.
Yep.
Weird, because when we switched over from our New York licenses to Florida, they literally printed it right then and there.
That's what Florida
They
does.
took
Apparently
it
they don't
That's what
print
I'm
anymore.
used to.
And then here you go. Here's the new one.
Texas, there's a 3-day wait on your license.
No, I complained about this
Gotta
on
pre-order
stream.
it.
Apparently,
Right.
a couple years ago, they changed it, and so like all the states now do this, where they actually have to mail it to you. They don't print it in the fucking DMV anymore, which is stupid.
I can get a debit card printed on site. I can get a library card, not an ID.
When I first moved into my house, I had to prove that I had homestead, which means I live here, and that means I get a discount on property taxes.
Oh, okay.
'Cause it's called homestead exemption. And to do that, I needed to prove I lived here, but my driver's license still had the address of my apartment from Gainesville. I had to drive to a town that's about an hour away from here. And when I got there, they were like, "Oh, yeah, you can just go across the street to the DMV and just get a new driver's license." And then when I went in there, they're like, "Oh, yeah, your old driver's license doesn't have a star, so we actually need
Oh,
your
that thing.
birth certificate, proof of location," which means I needed to bring them a bill that had my
Jeez.
address on it and my name on it. And I needed my birth certificate, that, and something else to prove who I was. So I had to drive all the way back to my house and get those things. And then I came back, and then I got my driver's license, and then I walked back across the street to the tax collector's office. I don't remember what that's called.
Clerk of courts or something like that.
No, it's not the clerk of the court because that's at the courthouse. This
Oh.
was just like an office for property collection or tax
Got it.
collection, and that's where the property tax is dealt with. And I went in there, and then I just showed them my new driver's license. They were like, "Congratulations, you're going to save about $100 on property taxes every year
cool.
now."
I spent that on gas.
like-
I just imagine Logan trying to slyly put one of those like attendant stickers that you get in kindergarten on his ID. He's like, "Does this work?"
Is this a gold star?
A gold star that says "Good job,"
Yeah, you did it. Covers his
and then
face.
The DMV lady looks to her left and looks to her right, pulls it across and says, "Here's your driver's license." So.
It's already pre-printed somehow.
We've been
It's just
expecting it.
it's just like a crayon drawing, but the property or the tax collector accepts it. It's
Oh,
got a star on it, so I mean, you are you.
Right.
Speaking of being me,
Okay.
I
See
really,
where this transition goes.
I really feel 28 right now.
Oh, right.
Because I went to the Texas Renaissance Fair yesterday because it was the Highland Fling weekend, and you know I'm all about them kilts.
Me and Logan also were in Scotland.
Yeah, that's the
yesterday.
story I wanted to tell earlier.
Oh, y'all were
Oh.
in Scotland? You're so full of shit. But did you have Irish accents?
No, we
while you were in Scotland?
actually made 100% determination that Shelby doesn't know what she's talking about, and that Scotland is 100% in space. We use the new poll options on Twitch, and 6 votes yes, 0 votes no. Scotland is in space.
Did you guys do this on stream?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So what did you use to
Asshole.
generate the poll?
I want
With slash
to. I'm
poll.
watching this.
And it popped up. You can do it in slobs too. You type /poll, and it brings up the boxes. You just fill it in, and then just hit enter.
See, I thought there was one time, but I was like, I don't want to just like try it in the chat and
That's what I
it
did.
not work.
Well, Logan's like, I wish I could do a poll. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Twitch has a new poll thing.
That's what I thought. I was like, but I tried to look up like posts for it before I just started
You just-
typing in the chat.
Did you
Well-
do just /poll?
Yeah, just type /poll, and it like puts a poll in the chat.
Well, it works.
I set it like because you can set these options for each poll, so it's not permanent. But I set it so subscriber votes count twice,
Oh boy.
and you can set it for 1, 2, or 3 minutes long. And it had 6 votes yes, which was the Carpe Boredom channel, which was technically me, and Quentin both voted yes, and then me and Brandon individually on our personal channels both voted yes. So 6 votes yes, 0 votes no. Scotland is in space,
Confirmed.
and that's just the end of the story.
Quinn, you're a fucking traitor, bro. Fucking traitor. I can't believe that. So while y'all were doing that at 8:30, I was in bed falling asleep by 8:30
Uh-huh.
because I can't anymore. I'm too
She
old
can't.
to do shit. We went to the Ren
can't.
Fair. We drove there, and it was about an hour out in Houston because it's north of here. We met 2 of my coworkers, and we were hanging out. And one of them, he's like my good friend at work, and he dressed up in a kilt. And he looked fucking adorable.
He was wearing that kilt.
He looked so sexy.
what you do with him.
It was awesome. And so we're just walking around the Ren Fair, and I got a ginormous plastic, like, funnel-looking shaped margarita. Well, no, Clayton got
right.
a strawberry daiquiri, and I got a pina colada. There was a lot of alcohol in that. Turns out not liquor, but wine.
It was wine.
And
yeah.
wine
She was so excited
fucks
when we were like,
me
oh my God, they got
up.
pina coladas. And then after we had gotten them,
My
her
friend.
coworker was like, yeah, these are made with wine. You know that, right? And then like the look on Shelby's face was just like, oh no.
Because
It was at that moment that Shelby realized that she fucked up.
I did fuck up at that moment, Logan. You're so
didn't-
right.
I didn't realize why you were so like shocked by that. I just drank mine. I was like, yeah, this doesn't taste quite right, but it's still good. And then like as the day went on, you were just getting more and more hammered.
It
Get
ju-
me another one.
because cheap wine does bad things to me, and I was absolutely drunk. I couldn't.
Smashed.
We were shopping. I was all over the place. I was making friends with everybody, and then
Oh, yeah.
I found this place that sold. It was all Scotch, like apparel,
Oh boy.
and they were doing Scotch whiskey
Egg.
tastings, and I was like, hell fucking yes. I went in there.
They did have Scotch eggs there.
They did have Scotch eggs. I didn't have them though. I got the Scotch called Aberfeldy, which I'm gonna go get from Total Wine because it is awesome.
Aberforth.
And while me and my guy friend from work were in there and we were just drinking our shots, I met 2 ladies that are also fans of Outlander.
Yep.
I was making friends with them.
They knew it was in space, though, right?
No. And so I finished my shot. My friend didn't finish his, so I finished his shot. My tongue was numb at this point. I fucked up. And then we decided to go to a corset shop.
Oh right, yeah.
And I am now the proud owner I have a very sexy corset. You probably will see in the future at some point on some kind of content. I wore it around the rest of the festival. Got some compliments. That was interesting. Could not feel my legs at this point. Y'all ever tried to pee in a corset?
No,
you know what?
Can tell
Surprisingly,
you no,
no.
I have not.
It's been a while.
You know what? It's not as bad as when you've dropped your phone on the bathroom floor. You can't bend over in a stall this big and pick up the phone in a corset. You just
kick it out of the
would've dropped
bathroom
my
as you
phone on the
leave and tell
bathroom
Clayton
floor.
to pick it up.
I mean, if you drop your phone in a public bathroom,
It's
you
gone.
just get a new phone.
Let's be honest though.
It's gone.
Your phone's
You lost
probably already fucking nasty
Oh my god, yeah,
anyway.
it's disgusting.
now y'all
But
bring
it's
that up. I'm
my
totally
germ.
gonna
My
watch
phone
it.
is probably the most disgusting thing I own.
One of my coworkers, I see all the time with taking Lysol wipes to his phone, and it makes me think about how I never clean mine.
Not all the time, probably like once a week, will take a Lysol wipe and take my case off and wipe my case and then wipe my phone.
Precisely what he does.
I'm doing that now. Thank you for telling me that. I'm glad because I didn't even think about the fact it's disgusting. I was more concerned about how was I going to get it off the floor because you can't fucking bend. You just
Kick it.
fucking can't bend.
I just imagine a
It wasn't
huddle of
even
like
like a
six
kickable.
ladies,
It like fell
and they're
like to
all
the
wearing
side.
corsets. Can you get that? No, I can't. I'm sorry. And they're all just standing around like, who among us?
It's not exactly the same, but this situation reminds me of a TikTok I saw.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Where there's a guy sitting on the toilet, and then he takes out a tech and he starts skating around on the bathroom
I've
floor,
seen this.
and then he skates it into the stall next to him, and then does like a grind on the guy's shoe, and the guy in the other stall's like, "Did you just tech on my shoe?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, sorry." And that was it.
No, funny you say that. As I'm sitting there contemplating how to get the phone off the ground, I'm like, what is that? This mom was
poop.
singing the ABCs
Okay.
to her daughter to try to get her to go pee.
Okay.
And I was like,
All right.
what
That's
the
cute.
fuck is... Maybe I should ask this mom next to me to help me get myself out of the floor.
That's cute though. I like that story.
And she's like, I don't need to go. And she's like, I'm going to sing it one more time. And if you still can't go, then we'll leave. And I'm like,
It's
oh
like
my God.
Pavlovian training her daughter.
When she gets to pee, you just hear. I tried to make a fart noise, but my beard won't let me.
Okay.
No, every time she's going to hear the ABCs when she's in school, she's like, I have to pee, teacher. I have to pee right now.
There we go. I figured out a way to do it.
Okay. Greg, good job. Thanks for working through that.
Oh.
I was really struggling. I was trying to do it like two different ways.
Can't imagine.
But my facial
How do you
hair,
normally make a
Logan-
fart noise?
Logan with a busted blood vessel in his eye. He's like, guys, I did it. I did
I'm
it.
so proud of myself.
Like the best kind of fart noise is when you take your hand like this and you put it up against the side of your face and then you blow air into
Uh-huh.
it. But you can't get a seal on it. No, you guys can't see me. But
exactly,
You can't
I'm
get a
like-
seal on it with all this fucking hair.
Logan, I'm going to give you a life hack.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you've ever done it.
fart
Make sure you
noises?
make sure you throw it away when you're done.
Oh,
But-
God.
You take a bendy straw.
Oh, yeah.
you put-
I can't do that either.
You put one end into your mouth and the other end
Can't-
in your armpit,
What?
and you blow in it, and it makes a great fart sound.
If I go
I can't
get
do
you a
it.
straw,
I did when I was a kid, but now I'm covered in fucking hair. So that
Clayton,
doesn't
will
work.
you do
I
that?
can't get a seal. I can't get a good seal in any part of my body.
No seals.
I'm serious, Clayton.
The
I
air
will get
just
you a straw.
whooshes out.
What's that?
I'll get a straw. Will you do this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be back.
No, not right now. We'll do it on Instagram.
Oh.
Man, I used to be able to like stick my hand in my armpit and then do the brap, brap, brap with my arm.
By the
I
way,
can't do that anymore at all.
there was straight up a lady at the Ren Fair who was dressed up like Shantae the genie, and
Oh, that's
she,
awesome.
She was doing armpit farts.
That's awesome.
I was like, what a weird combination. Like she wasn't being Shantae, but she had like the midriff and the baggy pants and the vest. And I was
Oh,
like,
it
"That's-"
wasn't a cosplay of Shantae.
No, but it was
was
just
a-
that style of clothing. She was a gypsy.
Yeah, it was a more Middle
Gypsy
East,
pirate genie.
Right.
Medieval.
Not to add fuel to the fire, but
Okay.
there was
There's a
also
fire?
someone there cosplaying as they had a kilt on, a red and black kilt.
Mm-hmm.
They had a red and black Star Trek shirt with
Oh,
a little pin.
I was gonna ask if you
and
saw
a
any
tartan.
Star Trek people.
They were a red shirt Star Trek Renaissance.
Those are
They
the best
were
people.
with Scotland, and then they had ones. I saw people that actually like had pants on, like the full Star Trek, like
Why
uniforms.
would Star Trek people be at a Ren fair? That
Because
doesn't
they
make
like
sense.
to be time travelers.
Right.
Because everyone dresses up
It's
in cosplays.
hilarious.
It doesn't have to be
Star
Trek's
necessarily
not a time
Ren
travel show.
Fair-esque themed. Just
Because it's
anything.
the perfect crossover between Scottish stuff and space stuff.
Exactly. It's just fucking
That actually makes sense. That tracks.
Something just flew
I am on
by
board. I wasn't
my
before, but
window.
I am now.
Oh yeah.
What is it? A beer bottle?
No, but I just saw I saw like a huge shadow get casted as it passed the
Somebody's
window.
hucking Modelo's.
Ashley and Travis are in the backyard, just getting ready to scare you again.
Right.
Before we go into this, I just want to say, this video is not for kids.
No.
Kids are not meant to watch this.
This has to go at
This
the
is
beginning of
for-
the video.
This is for 15 and up only. I'm going to prove that by the following words. Fuck, 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 and now I'm getting my dick out.
No, that changes the age range if you do that.
Oh, 18 and up, 18 and up. My dick is out. I'm swinging it around in circles.
Oh, that's our pre-roll.
Here, I'm going to slap it on the desk a few times.
So, do we just okay? So, for anyone that's not aware, Brandon posted this really fucking good video for us all to watch
Oh, it's
about it.
so good.
I
Did
had
he post
me
that to
rolling.
us, or did he post that publicly?
I put it in official. So
If you're okay,
if anyone
with
wants to see it, it's Tears of Grace. He did a review on it.
so basically, if you violate what their new the Federal Trade FTC,
COPPA.
the Federal Trade Commission,
FCC.
No, it is the
no,
FTC.
it's
Tears of Grace.
FTC.
Okay.
But
If you
it's
violate their
COPPA.
rules, $42,000 per occurrence.
Up to
Yep,
40.
yep.
For any content, for anyone putting shit up on YouTube, $42,000.
Video.
And I just bought those Spider-Man and Elsa costumes too.
Someone
Damn it.
it's per video up to 600 videos prior. So somebody did the calculation on one of
Jesus.
their channels. They'd be down like a couple $1 million if they were charged at full price for each video because they used colorful imagery in their thumbnails.
Yeah, you
Right.
can't use color. Like the things. If you watch the video, he breaks it down. Like all the different constraints. Like any of these things could be considered kin friendly. So
If-
how do we fucking
yeah.
circumvent this shit? How do we be like, we
another-
are not here for kids? Fuck
Ours are just
off.
gonna be jet black thumbnails now.
Like the
Another
DC
great video
universe.
that isn't as upset about it, that also explains it pretty well, is Matt Pat did a good video on it in Game Theory, where he literally laid out like all of the instructions, and he basically said you have to follow these guidelines that make your videos boring, gray blobs.
Because you can't be too edgy, because then you'll be hit with you'll just be demonetized in general, and you
Right.
can't be too kid friendly because you'll be
42,000.
Categorized.
you'll be 42,000 in the hole, or if it is kid friendly, then you don't get the ads that make the money.
Is there a way just to circumvent all of this though?
Upload to Pornhub.
Dude, you joke. I literally considered that.
That's literally
Dude.
what everyone's saying, though. Everyone's like,
Can you
It-
monetize on Pornhub?
I wouldn't know the answer. to
I
that.
mean,
I'm
we
gonna
don't
Google
get
that right
any
now. I'll put that-
monetization
I don't
from
care about
YouTube
that. It's my search
anyways.
history.
So who fucking cares?
Right.
But a lot
mean-
of content creators do, and this is really fucking them. And the Tears of what's his name, Brandon, that we
Tears
watched?
of Grace.
Tears of Grace. He makes a great fucking point in his video. Like, your fucking job as a parent is to not let your kids watch my fucking content because I'm gonna say fuck 5 times in 5 fucking minutes. I'm gonna say
Well-
5 minutes, 5 fucks in like 5 seconds. So
Right.
fucking watch your goddamn kid and don't let him watch shit. Like, you decided to be a parent, you fucking be a parent. You don't get to inhibit it. Like, everyone else in the world doesn't have to accommodate your ass because you decided to get fucked and then have a
Well,
goddamn kid.
Isn't part
Hey.
of the YouTube terms of service that no one under the age of 13 can watch it?
Exactly. Which is
You can have a kids account. You can create a kids account that is controlled by a parent.
I guess so.
But I'm on Pornhub's amateur program page. This actually sounds pretty enticing. I'm not gonna lie. Take porn out of the equation.
All right.
They have multiple different tiers on how to do it. There's free to view videos, which per view you can earn a set amount of money depending on how popular your channel is.
All right.
There's 4 sale videos for their Model Hub videos, where you could put a video up on their sister site Model Hub,
All right.
where you could basically sell access to a VOD.
okay.
Okay.
And then there's
So it's like a Patreon kind of
Pornhub
deal.
Premium.
Is that like an OnlyFans?
It's kind of, it's kind of what it is, but you don't pay for like all of them. You pay per video.
Okay.
So it's more like what's that other one where you pay per video? I don't know what it's called. Then there's Pornhub Premium, where you can put videos up for, if you have a Pornhub Premium subscription, you can view these videos and you actually get more money per view.
So sub only.
There's fan clubs, which is exactly like OnlyFans, where you have them under a different classification, and if you are a fan of that channel, you can view all of these different videos. And then there's also a direct tips thing. So
I cannot believe how developed they have their subscription model.
I mean, if you
Porn
take
is a
porn out of
great
the
industry.
equation and look at this as like a VOD
Distribution,
system,
yeah.
this is actually
this is CDN.
pretty good for creators.
That's what but that is of no surprise, because adult content has pushed technology in many ways before.
Exactly.
Other than
Adult
the fact,
content is
wanna,
why we
like-
have such high speed on the internet.
Like, we don't, if you're using this, like, you wouldn't need to use Patreon. You would just use the fan clubs built into Pornhub. Our premium videos could be specific for like a specific thing altogether.
Yep.
Like, porn be gone. Porn be damned. This is great for creators.
I'm gonna wear my corsets. We'll make that
Right,
one.
yeah.
Got
I'm gonna
this.
get my dick out like I've always
We
wanted.
could
Do
play
some
all the
robbery
games
videos
we're
and Logan's
not
gonna
allowed
have
to
his dick out.
play.
We got this.
We can play
House
fuck,
Party?
what is that game?
No, Logan. No,
he's
do
gonna,
not
he
say
wants
it.
to say the name of that
Oh,
game.
No.
yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
Don't
Yeah.
fucking say it. This is the part where Logan gets fired. No.
Violent.
Inappropriate.
Oh yeah,
blank,
violent
blank.
Inferno. No, it's Maiden Assault Violent Inferno.
Oh God.
Type that. Just type that into Google.
Just don't. What are content creators saying that they're gonna? Brandon, I'm sure you've done a little bit of listening and stuff on this. So what are you hearing out there that people are doing? Like,
I mean, there's the change.org thing, which probably not going to do anything, but who knows? There's also the FTC has something up that people are allowed to leave comments on.
That's
like,
good.
Give to them, so to give views and stuff. But it's a 20-year-old policy
Mm-hmm.
that came out way before like certain things happened. So like you expect Google and YouTube are going to be grabbing stuff from anyone that's using their sites, but you also need to have an account for the site. So, well, not Google, but ignoring Google.
Right.
But for YouTube, you need to it verifies that you're 13 and up. But the problem was, if you watch the game theory video, Matt Pat mentions YouTube was safe. They were safe from this because it says everywhere all over YouTube that you must be 13 and up to create an account and watch the videos
Right.
and stuff like that. But for the past couple of years, YouTube has been boasting about how they're the number one like service that kids use for like education and stuff like that, or like
Right.
they
Kid-friendly
majority of
content.
our majority of reviews are like for kids and stuff like that. So they were boasting about it, so they shot themselves in their foot, basically saying that they knew this was happening and they weren't doing anything about it. Yes, YouTube Kids exists, but that makes up only 1% of the audience that actually watches his main channel, YouTube.
Is it really that small?
It's super tiny. No one uses.
Huh.
I mean, why use that when you could just use the regular YouTube for the same shit?
I guess so.
And more.
I guess I'm only aware of it because literally every time I hit my Chromecast with the not with a video specific stream, but like if I just open
load
the
it up.
YouTube app and hit the stream button, it goes, "Hey, have you heard about YouTube Kids?"
Yep.
every fucking time.
That same ad has been on there for years.
Yes,
They
it's
want
weird.
to push it, but it's
So.
it's too late. The main channel YouTube has been around for so long. No one's gonna switch over to YouTube
I guess
Kids
so, yeah.
for their kids specifically.
So, Brandon, tell me a little bit more about those websites. So, people that are listening to this or watching this, if they want to try to do something to change this or make their reviews known that they don't want their YouTube fucked up, they need to do.
Well, there's a change.org website, which I'll get you the links, Clayton, so you can put them in the
Okay.
description.
Gotcha.
So there's a change.org. I don't know what it's up to right now. You're the
7.
Roomba in the background. 7. It's up to 7.
We got 6 votes.
But yeah, you can sign that for the petition, and maybe it'll get
We're gonna
noticed.
put a poll in our Twitch chat.
It's not to get rid of COPPA. Or COPPA, whatever you
To
want to pronounce
reword
it.
it.
Exactly. It's to rephrase it to get rid of the gray areas, and to make it so it doesn't hit as hard as it's going to.
Right. To
At
define
least,
it.
also to at least give a grace period of sort.
Because honestly, like,
It's
they need to be
ridiculous.
protecting the people. Like, if you want to dump fines on a corporation like YouTube and Google, that's one thing. But I saw a video of a man who's directly saying, I think it was on that video you shared, Brandon, of a guy who was like, we won't just go after YouTube. We will go after creators.
Yep.
And the people putting on YouTube, and like, that's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're going to go after people who are being malicious about it, like those Spider-Man and Elsa weird videos,
Elsa
Right.
like there's that, but like, or all those millions and millions and millions of Baby Shark things.
Oh my God.
Go after them, whatever. But like, there are people who just have stuff that's like technically kid friendly, but it's not for kids. Like, for example, us, or there's a charity YouTube channel that I watch that is about a dog shelter. And they post all kinds of videos about all these dogs that they rescue, and like basically making small advertisements for these dogs to come get adopted. But it's an animal, it's a pet, and these cute little dogs.
Yeah.
And like,
But it's an advertisement.
they can
so-
classify that as kid content when it's not.
and it's also classified as selling to the viewer. Therefore, it would be hit. It would be violating.
Yeah.
the
But
thing.
like, and like, they're not trying to sell people anything, and they're not trying to lure in kids. They're just trying to get these dogs adopted, you know? Like, they don't even take money for it. It's a charity thing.
Part of me wants to think that they make it so wide sweeping so that if someone tries to subvert the rules or game the system, that they're still going to be caught up in it.
Oh, yeah.
It makes me think of the ROM crackdowns, not the crackdown ROM, but like of people downloading like thousands of ROMs and never buying DS games or any sort of Xbox 360 games or anything like that because they were just ripping ROMs, and they were going after the big hosting sites and the emulator sites and stuff like that. They made that language kind of vague. And as far as I know, I only heard of like maybe 2 or 3 people actually getting arrested and taken to court, kind of like the Kazaa thing.
Yeah, they
like,
made an example out of some people.
right,
That's-
which super sucks for the people that got caught.
That's exactly what people think is gonna happen with the COPPA thing. It's
Right.
gonna hit like a couple big channels with huge fines, and then it's gonna stop everyone.
Right, they're trying to scare people straight.
But
I mean, think about someone like Markiplier.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that his videos are for kids,
But funny man screaming.
It's a funny man screaming who has these big flashy like words on the screen sometimes. Like, you could easily confuse Markiplier's channel for a kid's channel, but it's not.
Right. He's closer to a more presentable line, but he's still
Yeah.
inappropriate for younger audiences.
Yeah, he swears like a sailor in his videos.
Right. It's going to be messy, and it's going to be terrible for maybe a handful of people, and there's
yeah.
no way of knowing who that handful of people are.
Well, that's why, like you were saying, like they made it so generalized, so then they could do what they want with it.
Well, that's their intention.
Yeah, but also like
Their intention with the vagueness is we want to be able to do what we want when we want to do it. We don't want to have to dance around the law that we made.
but also it's people that are making the rules don't play the game. That's the problem.
Yep. Yeah.
So you have people that are trying to regulate something they don't understand exactly. Which
why do you think they're
causes
doing
issue.
this?
Because they don't understand it. They're a bunch of fucking
Well,
boomers.
they're doing it.
That was a joke.
They're doing it because they want to. It is to protect children from being advertised to
Right.
for like subliminal messaging and stuff like that.
But that's not
But
why they're doing it. That's the problem.
Exactly. On paper, the existence of COPPA is good intentions, but what they're doing to enforce it is terrible. It has to be updated. It has to be updated for the current era.
Right.
We're no longer I think it was 1998 that it came out. So we're no longer in the 90s, early 2000s. We are now about to cross the threshold into another decade.
Right. Yeah, and like the tech landscape that existed when they wrote those is no more. We have shifted.
Exactly. Technology grows exponentially. So and this is the information era. It's going to keep growing super fast, and things are going to change constantly. Regulating the internet is something that is impossible.
Right.
But yes, there has to be some rules, but it's impossible. But the rules have to change. As the internet changes, the rules have to change with it.
I think that's the paradigm.
Yeah, and we shouldn't.
That people have to get used to is that like the days of setting a law in stone and just never touching it again, those days are gone. Things have to be updatable. Like they have to evolve. Because
we should be able to set rules, but we then shouldn't have to dance around those rules to make them more appropriate for the current era.
Exactly.
I'm surprised. Now, I'm not a big fan of lobbying in general. I think that it's usually very bad things can come from it. But I'm just surprised YouTube is not lobbying more to get this fixed.
I mean,
because they stand to lose a lot of fucking money because content creators are going to be like, what am I going to do? Take the chance I'm going to lose $42,000 on every fucking video? No,
well,
they're just like, fuck YouTube.
It's this weird situation where the channel owners can't really blame YouTube itself. Yes, you could blame the fact that YouTube shot itself in the foot and caused this problem, but you can't, at this point, you can't blame YouTube because now it's past them. It's above them because they weren't the ones to decide that it's going to come after the content creators. It was the FTC. And YouTube even like, I think they made a statement. They're like, we can't offer legal advice on this because they need to figure out on their own end, their own shit to hopefully fix themselves and also fix all the channels, but they can't do everything at once because they're stuck on both ends. They're sandwiched in the middle. Even though it seems like the content creators sandwiched in the middle of YouTube's rules and the FTC's rules, but now you have the content creators that are blaming YouTube and the FTC that are blaming YouTube. So depending on which perspective you're looking at it, you got different people in the middle. But it's never the FTC.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what people decide to do in 2020. If they just decide to say, fuck off YouTube, like, because I get what you're saying.
Let's just all get our dick outs on Pornhub.
I get that it's not YouTube's fault, but it's also like, why the fuck? Like, again, you want to make money, YouTube, and you want people to continue to use your shit and use your platform, then you also need to be fucking lobbying all that money that you got.
Well,
like, Google, get your shit together.
I thought it was weird that Twitch is taking, like, they're kind of like removing themselves from their VOD stuff, right? Because like they've been posting it all over the creator dashboard that certain things are going away, which is weird to me because this is when the adpocalypse happened on YouTube.
When
Twitch,
people are tired of YouTube, that's the best time to advertise
Everyone
your VOD
flooded
service.
to Twitch, and I'm sure Twitch was making mad bank off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But now Twitch started pulling out of this video thing, and now this is the time that we kind of need another source instead of YouTube. But it also might be that Twitch saw this coming, and they don't want to be hit the same way.
Right.
So they just kind of like cut all ties with videos so they don't have to deal with it. Because when you're streaming, if you mark yourself as a mature stream, you have to click like an accept, like a confirm button that you.
There's a EULA button.
Exactly. Because it asks if you go to our stream, if you're not signed in and you go to our stream or you haven't been to our stream yet, it will ask. It'll say like this stream contains mature content. Would you like to continue or something? And you can click start stream.
Yeah, because we are definitely mature only.
Yeah, we are.
Ain't nobody.
We might not be mature, but we're mature only.
Yeah. I don't know. It's curious. I wonder if someone's going to step up. If there's going to be a new platform that's going to be like, hey, like, we are willing to host your stuff. Like, we are willing to make this shit work for you. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in 2020.
It's the right environment for it, but Lord help anyone who
wants to attempt
that much attention, because like you're gonna get everybody's attention. everyone's going to try to upload at least one video, and they are going to hammer your
Do
system.
you
But
think
Logan's
it's bad
right.
on first day
Make it
launches
Pornhub.
of games?
Mm-hmm.
Like, make it
The problem
Pornhub.
is switching platforms like that
Not everyone moves.
won't solve the problem. The problem isn't that the kids' content on YouTube is getting you fined. You're not getting fined from YouTube. You're getting fined by the FTC.
Exactly.
Right.
The rule has to change because at some point, the FTC will find a way to get that rule to the new platform.
They will just go from platform
Because
to
even if the
platform.
Spider-Man and Elsa videos move from YouTube to Pornhub, you're still creating kids'
God.
content.
But it's Pornhub. Like, you can't be on this website if you're under 18 years of age. Like, if you make a website that's just
Good
like,
point.
nah, bitch, there is an age
even-
factor. You cannot fucking be here.
Well, the vagueness of this COPPA thing, the vagueness is like, I don't know how to break this to you guys, and don't tell the police. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's past the
statute of limitations.
statute of limitations.
is 4
But,
years, Logan.
I went to adult websites when I was under 18.
But you did that
could
against the
you?
rules. That was you actively breaking the rules.
But that's the vagueness of this law doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
But that gets into the thing where it's like technically YouTube shouldn't have been hit by it, but since they advertised it everywhere that
Right.
they are intentionally looking at their audience and that they are super aware about them not being under the age of 13.
There's no deniability.
Then
like this law
So-
came out of YouTube's
technically YouTube shouldn't have been hit.
ineptness. I don't know what the word is.
I don't know. They're like their pride.
Yeah.
Be like,
they're
look at
hubris.
us. Where
Your hubris.
That's exactly what it is. It was like because they rubbed it in everyone's faces of how good they were. They now shot themselves in the foot. Because
And
now
it's-
the
it's
FTC
not even
is
just
like,
them. They
look at all these comments you made, kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even shoot themselves in the foot. They shot all of us in each of our individual feet.
Our collective foot.
And we can take our Spider-Man and Elsa videos to Pornhub, but if the FTC sees that, they're like, well, this is clearly
Targeted.
designed for kids. And even though you need to be 18 years or older to get into Pornhub's videos, this is a kid's video. And you're making kids content designed for kids.
By the way-
And if anything, they might come at you even harder because you're putting a kids video on Pornhub.
But you
Right.
know for a fact there is some porn out there already on Pornhub that has to deal with Frozen. You know there is.
I have to assume. yeah.
I'll answer that question right now.
Okay, here we go.
There
But-
is nothing that you could search for on Pornhub that's not already there.
But the messed up
Frozen
thing is,
Elsa.
I think channels like us.
Oh
can-
yeah, yeah, there is. I'm getting off this way. I'm getting off this website.
Logan's like,
What?
oh, guys, I gotta go.
Let's wrap this
don't-
thing up.
But our channel can be hit, but we don't monetize our videos, which is stupid because ads play on our videos no matter what, just because
Right.
YouTube being YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Not for me.
Okay, not
Oh,
for
that's true.
because you have
'Cause
premium,
Logan's
right?
got
Or
red too.
red, whatever it is.
I got a red tube. I got a red tube account, guys.
Logan should get that checked out.
But because ads play on our
That's a good
channel
one.
Oh,
That's a
God.
good
or
one.
show up on the sidebar of our channel, that we can be hit because YouTube is advertising to kids, and they only got there because they clicked our video.
Right.
And if you do make kids content that is specifically targeted towards kids and it's not selling stuff to kids, even though you can argue unboxing videos, then you don't, when you market, yes, this is for kids, they go, okay, and then they take away the targeted ads, which generate 90% of the revenue. So now it's either you get hit with the fine or you make specific kid stuff and you don't make money, or you go right in between where it's not for kid stuff and kids wouldn't want to look at it, but it's also not good enough for older people. It's not like it's not funny enough for it, or it's not edgy enough, because then they can't get the targeted ads because companies don't want certain ads on those videos.
So I have a question then. Is this about monetized children's videos, or is this about just kids content, period?
I think it's kids content, period. It's because no matter what, there is an ad. That there will be
Yeah.
ads on YouTube.
There's no such thing as a non-monetized video on
So
YouTube.
our channel has ads. We don't make money from it, but it has ads. Kids content channels has ads as well. If they mark themselves as kids content, the ad will not be targeted towards the children. So it won't be about stuff in their local area or I was gonna say Toys R Us, but may they rest in peace.
They ain't
But
nothing.
it won't be
X.
toy stores. It won't be like things that they've been searching. Like it won't be
It'll just come
specifically
from the
aimed at kids.
pool.
It'll be like
It'll just
a shaving commercial, like something, or like a shampoo commercial. A kid's not gonna go out and buy like sanitary projects.
Casper.
Axe body spray for kids.
It's gonna be a Roomba ad. There's a Roomba at Brandon's door.
But but then also that
it was a Roomba.
that begs the question: what about videos that are sponsored? Because what if you got a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship?
Yeah.
Like the 50,000 other channels, and
I have to tell you, due to all the advertising for Raid Shadow Legends, I never want to fucking play that game forever. I'm tired of it. I don't ever want to see it. And don't come to us for a sponsor deal, because I personally will deny you Raid Shadow fucking Legends.
but
That's not
the
true. If you
question
come
is,
to us, well, I'll think about it.
Hey,
No,
yeah.
we'll take anybody but Raid.
if you have that sponsorship, and let's say because then you can't mark yourself as kid friendly. Even if you're making stuff for kids, you can't. If you're sponsored by another company, you can't. I mean, like unless you don't mention it anywhere, other than sponsored by this, then you can't market it towards kids, because then you are presenting this ad straight to the kids, knowing they're coming.
Yeah.
This way.
The video is the ad.
But then that's the same. It's like, even if you don't monetize your videos and you have sponsorships, then
There's a
you
lot
get hit
about
with it.
this that's not
Got problems.
lined out, like not really discussed and not clarified.
Mhm.
Sounds like we need to get a lawyer and maybe have him on to chat about it.
It's
Or
all
we
Anyone know any
because
lawyers?
we just make a Pornhub account.
yeah. It's all because technology evolves at the speed of light or the speed of sound. You know what moves at the speed of sound? Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh God.
Da, 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 da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. How about that new trailer?
I liked it.
100%
I-
better.
Honestly, I was already excited about that movie specifically for Jim Carrey, but now
Yeah.
that they made Sonic look better, I'm even more excited about it.
It wasn't even the redesign of Sonic. It was the feel of that trailer. They looked like they had more fun with Sonic.
Yeah.
It looked
Yes.
like a
Do you know why?
no.
Because they listened.
What?
Because they listened.
Yeah, well, that one
Change.org.
they listened, and they didn't just redesign Sonic. They got they contracted Tyson Heese, who did the animations behind the Sonic Mania games.
Oh, okay.
And he worked on a lot of Sonic comics,
Okay.
and they brought him on board, and basically he helped them redesign Sonic to make him better. A lot of people are still complaining because Sonic's arms are blue, but come on, man.
Isn't
great.
Isn't there a person named Christian Whitehead that's a pretty important person in Sonic?
I don't know.
I feel like I've heard that name. I know there's a character in Psychonauts that's named after Christian Whitehead, but I don't.
I only know about the Tyson Heese thing because I followed Tyson on Twitter,
Okay.
and I've been following him for about a decade now.
But yeah, it's not like they just made the same trailer with a redesigned Sonic. It was fun. It was lighthearted. It was kind of all over the place. It was kind of frantic as
It
you would
fixed his
expect Sonic to
attitude
be.
as well.
Yeah, he
It
was
is more.
he was snarky.
Him.
Yeah. He wasn't like edgy and like, I've got to do this. I've got to save my world. It's like,
I kind of
make a
hope
stupid
when they
fart
release the DVD of this game,
Wasn't like
Oh.
Sonic Batman.
Of the
when
movie.
they release the DVD of this movie, that it has the original
original
cut.
the
They
director's
never.
cut.
Okay, so when they added in Sonic, the only things that get done first are the stuff that goes in the trailer. So
Oh,
it was
yeah.
basically, the trailer came out, everyone complained. So
Mhm.
basically, they reworked. They just didn't. At
Didn't
least
follow through.
exactly. At least for the most part, a lot of the scenes probably didn't have the old Sonic in it, or at least not as detailed.
Yeah.
It's
It's not
probably
like
just
they
like
had
a little
2
pillbox.
hours. Yeah.
It probably had all of the live action scenes already recorded, if I were to guess.
Oh yeah, recorded. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have to the post production stuff. They have.
Yeah,
to
the
have
animation part of it.
Yeah. I think it was James on Funhouse that was saying it was scheduled to come out
The same month as Detective Pikachu, I think.
I can't remember that,
Or
but
like
it
a
was
little
whatever the John Cena thing that just came out.
Oh, the fireman one.
Oh,
Whatever-
that one
Cena
looks
thing?
awful.
Are you talking about the podcast?
No, there's a John Cena fireman. Hold on.
It's some sort of movie that John Cena was in.
With a
They
bunch of
released
kids.
that to fill the gap
Playing with
okay.
fire.
in a
See,
release schedule.
That makes sense to me because I'm like, I've never heard of this movie
Yes,
until
it was a rush
super
release
recent.
because that's when Sonic was supposed to come out, or at least in that window.
It looks 100% stupid. I saw a video for it when I was in the movie theaters. And I was like, I'll watch that when it comes out on Netflix.
I thought you were talking about that John Cena podcast, which is basically a radio play where John Cena plays a high schooler trying to get into the football team or something.
Oh wow, I've not heard of this vehicle at all.
Yeah, I've heard it at being sponsoring other podcasts. That's why I know about it, but not interested.
Do you know what
Hard
the new
pass.
release
No Raid
date
Shadow
is?
Legends.
It's Valentine's Day.
For
Yes.
Sonic?
Yes.
It comes out on
Ooh.
Valentine's Day, 2020.
There are so many gamer boys
Ashley's
and girls
annoyed
out
because
there.
she's gonna be in Canada for like
Rolling around at the
wed-
speed
wedding
of love.
stuff for one of her friends, and so she's annoyed because now because she knows she's not allowed to see it without me. That'd be
I'm gonna fly to
sacrilegious.
Florida and I'm gonna go to the movies with Brandon, but we're not gonna tell Ashley until she comes back.
Oh, there's a whole thing when Detective Pikachu came out, right?
We'll host it
So
on
Detective
Rabbit.
Pikachu came out a little before Valentine's Day.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Because I know. No,
I
maybe
don't
it
think
was.
so. It was May.
No, yeah, okay, it was May.
Oh wait, Sonic was supposed to come out November of this year. I was wrong.
Yeah, that's why
So-
the Playing with Fire came out now instead.
Exactly. So I flew back to New York to get my teeth ripped out of my face. But before I left, Ashley said something about that she her, Travis, and Peter were gonna go see the Detective Pikachu movie, and so obviously I wanted to see it as well. So when I was in New York after all healed up and stuff, me and my mom went to go see a movie, and I wanted to see the Detective Pikachu movie. And so
Oh, you were still doped
That would
up.
be great.
no, at that point I didn't take any of my painkillers, so once the initial high from the anesthetic wore off,
Once the fog cleared.
yeah, then I was perfectly sane the rest of the time.
Okay.
Bummer.
But so I saw it, and then I came back, and then or I told Ash that I saw it or whatever, and she's like, "We didn't see it." I'm like, "Well, you told me you were gonna see it literally the day after I was leaving." So, also speaking of movies, me and Ashley went and saw Frozen 2.
Okay.
I knew you would. How was it?
We can't talk about it or else we get caught by COPPA.
It was real good though. I liked it.
I can't wait to watch it on Disney Plus later this year.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh please! You
Bringing
think
it
they'll
around.
release? They're not
Technically
going to
next
release
year.
that till 2021 on Disney Plus.
No,
No,
it's
it'll-
coming out later this year.
Next year. There's only a month left.
What does Disney Plus do to the stuff in the vault? Like is
Oh, the vault is
it's out.
open.
Yep.
There's literally
Really?
a section that
Cracked
says
the
the
vault.
vault is open.
See, here's the thing: the vault is still closed because you can't buy the DVDs.
Yes.
However, there's a little crack and you can peep in and see.
Okay.
Exactly.
There's a keyhole in the vault.
There's a window. You can see
Okay.
what's in the vault. You can't take anything
where
out
God
of the vault.
closes a vault, he opens a window.
Because the vault is specifically for like
The physical.
home release sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
there's
okay,
literally
okay.
a spot that says "Out of the Vault," and it has Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Bambi, Little Mermaid, Jungle Book. Those are some normal
Side
stuff.
room in
Wow.
vault, let's call it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but then it also has some old and goodies in here: The Sword and the Stone, The Rescuers,
Ah.
The Three Caballeros.
The
I've never heard
Rescuers.
of
Oh,
that.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that. I really want to
Fun
see
and
that.
Fancy Free, which is something
Jeez.
with the cricket and Mickey.
Yep.
Oh, look, there's Ultra HD and HDR. Oh, Frozen's in that section.
There was a tweet that somebody sent out a week or so ago that said people are collecting royalty checks for stuff they recorded 45 years ago
Because of Disney Plus.
because of Disney Plus.
That's great.
That's actually kind of cool.
What do you? Oh, wow, really?
Because it's gone completely out of circulation if you didn't have it on VHS, and now it's on Disney Plus, and you can watch it for the first time in a quarter century.
Disney's like, we're contractually obligated to send you this check.
Nope.
I said,
Because
yeah,
they
here's your
promised
13 cents.
this wasn't gonna come back.
Speaking of things coming back, rising from the grave, things you thought long dead, never to return.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what.
Is this,
Half-Life.
Oh,
Oh.
sweet
Oh, right,
Jesus.
okay.
I was gonna
I thought
say,
we
is
skirted
this,
that,
are
and
we
I
gonna
was so
somehow work the
excited.
Cybertruck in here? Question mark.
No.
Are we
here's
reviving
our
Half-Life?
casual Cybertruck.
We were
Cybertruck
reviving the
reference.
Half-Life discussion from 45
Damn
minutes
it.
ago.
No, we have not had that discussion.
Okay.
So the original Half-Life came out in 1998. Half-Life 2
So
came
did
out in
COPPA.
2004. Episode 1, yeah, so did COPPA. Half-Life 2 Episode 1 came out in 2006, and then a year later, Half-Life 2 Episode 2 came out in 2007. There's been over 10 years since we've had
Man.
any Half-Life
Now
related
Half-Life
video
2
games.
Episode 2 Part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Half-Life Alyx is coming out. It's going to be VR exclusive, and I am so excited about it because as of right now, whatever Valve does, if they don't make a perfect game, Half-Life 3 is going to fail. People are going to be very mad no matter what they do because the hype has been built so much around Half-Life 3.
Well, I mean, they have Shenmue 3 to compete with.
Oh,
came
yeah,
out.
that did
Oh, yeah.
come out.
I do kind of want to play that too.
I gotta find those. I'm looking for those sailors still.
But
for 25
I think
years.
Half-Life Alyx is going to be great to like a great buffer. Get Half-Life back in people's minds and then like take whatever brunt people are going to have about hating it off right away.
Mm.
And then they could finally really do more consistent Half-Life and even more Portal and all that stuff because like I've waited so long. The last good game that they made was Portal 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And that was how long ago?
And then they've been.
I don't know when
They've just been building on Portal though. They've like,
Dota.
but all,
They've been doing CS:GO came out, but I never played
oh
that.
yeah. But like also
When?
I feel like they still
Portal 2 came
want-
out in 2011.
but they still obviously want to do stuff with the Portal because they did the lab for when the VR
yeah, the
came
lab
out.
was really cool. I like the lab.
They did the robot repair one that they released
Oh
later
yeah.
on. They did the Portal Constructor game.
Oh yeah, the bridge builder game. Although that
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
made by Valve. That was
Was it
just
not?
Valve
That was-
assets.
Whatever
Uh,
company that is, Tiny Build or whatever.
There was
Yeah, they had a license for it.
and then there's also when the Index came out, the hands one
right.
that came out with it. So
Yeah, that was the robot repair one.
no, there's the robot repair where you repair Atlas, and then
Yeah,
there's
you like pull it across the room.
the hands one where you talk with a bunch of cores.
Oh,
pretty
right.
new.
I never played the repaired Atlas one.
It's pretty cool.
It's-
Like
yeah,
you
it's
grab it
cool.
and you stretch it across the room, and it just like does this like exploded view. It's really like just
I saw
spinning
that
it around.
as a benchmark test for my video card to see if it could handle VR.
Yep, it's that, but it's actually interactive. You are pulling apart broken parts and replacing
Is
them.
that free? I want to play that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's basically what is it? PC repair simulator, but for Atlas.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey,
Portal.
hey guys,
Whoops.
What?
don't be mad. I don't know shit about
Okay.
Half-Life. I don't know what the fuck this all is. I
I
don't know
thought
why
you were about
we're
to say
about
that-
this
Portal.
shit.
Half-Life.
I thought you were about to say the cat just pressed the stop recording button.
No, I don't
kinda
know
did too.
anything about. I just looked it up. Like I was like, maybe it's just like I don't remember the
Dude,
name.
Half-Life
Not
has
a clue.
a special. Half-Life got me into video games. The first Half-Life. Half-Life is what made me love video games.
That's
I
the
remember
thing.
staying up super late,
It was just slamming
sitting next to my dad while he played the original Half-Life, and just like in awe at this perfect recreation of real life. If you look at Half-Life, it is
100%.
not.
I don't.
But,
I don't have any sort of affinity to it. Like I respect it
Same.
as an important title. It just never. I never spent the time with it.
I just remember I stayed up late with my dad while he played Half-Life several nights. While and I remember it would get too late and he'd have to send me to bed, and I'm like, oh man. But like he played through the whole Half-Life game, and I was like completely caught up in the story, and like it's one of those games where the story happens whether you're looking at it or not.
Oh, okay.
And like I was just completely caught up in the story, and I couldn't play it myself because I was too scared. That's why I like to watch my dad play it.
Oh, like
And
head crabs
then
and
when
stuff.
Half-Life 2 came out, that was the first time I played through a Half-Life game by myself. I've since gone back and played Half-Life 1 by myself again, but Half-Life has just a special place in my heart, and I'm so glad that it's finally coming back. Even if it's like a prequel VR only thing, like I'm just glad that people are talking about it again.
Yep.
And maybe Valve will actually go back to making games.
Nah, just make another Dota game.
No.
I keep trying to think of the card game. It's not Hearthstone.
Oh.
It starts with an A. Artifact.
Artifact. I wanted to say Anthem, but I'm like, nope, that's a different failure.
That's what I kept getting caught up on. I was like, it starts with an A. That's all I can land on. It's Artifact.
Yeah, that was a thing. Well, now they're all about Dota Underlords. It's the new game on the block.
Uh-huh.
Which is just basically battle chess.
Right.
Which was already in Dota, so they just basically gave it its own game. But it has some cool mechanics.
I cannot find this Atlas repair game.
I think it's part of the lab. It is a subset. It's like an activity
it's
in the lab. Yeah.
I think it came.
Oh, well,
I think originally before the lab it was its own thing, and then they released the lab, so they probably took it down. And then since it's in there already,
because there's like the dog thing where you're in the Irish countryside and you throw the stick to the slinky dog.
The bow.
There's the bow thing.
Because I played the lab. I guess I just didn't do the Atlas repair part of it. Well, I know what I'm going to do later today because Dungeons & Dragons got canceled.
All right. But yeah, it's one of the activities in the lab.
Pretty cool. Especially since it's the benchmark when you go to check if your computer can run stuff.
Yeah, because that's the thing I saw. I just didn't know that there was an interactive version of that.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm
It's real
super
cool.
excited. And I'm super excited for Half-Life Alyx. And I'm totally going to buy... I need to buy it before the end of the year, which is going to be the tough part. But I'm totally going to buy that bundle with the index controllers and the bundle. I'm so excited. And I want to play...
Now you can bag.
I want to play Half-Life again. I want to play it on stream. And I want to be Gordon. And I want him to be me. The name's Jordan Fryman.
Oh my god.
Hey, Fryman.
We're gonna do another series called Jordan Fryman, where he just
Jordan
beats up
Fryman.
little head crabs.
Yeah. It's Carl with a head crab on.
Hey, Fryman.
Oh, all right. I think that's it.
It's time to wrap this up. So thank you guys for joining me for this episode of the Carpe Boredom podcast. It was interesting. And
Yeah, we covered some bases as always.
Sorry, we
We
spent 45 minutes on YouTube bullshit.
It's
Hey,
important,
it's
though. We need to talk
important
about it.
for the viewers to understand what's going to happen to their YouTube come 2020. In the meantime, we will still have our videos on YouTube. We have 2 YouTube channels, one where we put up our VODs and the second one for our archive Twitch streams. We do stream on Twitch Tuesday through Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. If you would like to watch us, you can go to our website, carpeboredom.com.
It's
gonna
for
have the
mature
links.
audiences.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Definitely mature.
My dick is still out. It's on screen. It's been on screen this whole time.
No, but go to our website. It's going to have links to all of our social medias that you can follow and subscribe to us on YouTube. And it will also have the link to our Twitch page. So definitely we hope to see you in chat and get to know you. In the meantime, everyone, have a wonderful day. Go enjoy the beautiful sun outside. I'm going to go lay down because I'm still hungover.
Logan,
My
go
windows
go
are
play
all
some
open.
VR.
It's nice and cool outside. I'm playing some VR. I'm going to have my windows open. My neighbors are going to be like, the hell is going on over there?
Is that a dick? Let me put my binoculars on.
Start throwing glass bottles at your roof.
Is his dick out in VR? And they're like, yeah, it is.
It took my dick
I'm
out.
doing exactly what you think I'm doing. Putting a robot back together.
All right. Well, everyone, take care. Bye.
I
Later.
Bye.